Tonight, a Local 4 Defenders investigation. A local woman with a good job, a good life, now facing possible time in federal prison for something she was doing at work. Local 4 Defender Kevin Dietz shows us it's something that millions of Americans do all the time.
Ever steal anything from the office? You're not alone. More than 1 in 3 employees have taken home office supplies or work equipment, costing the average business thousands of dollars every year. Tonight, you're going to meet a suburban woman who stole from the office, and it may have ruined her life. Lois McLaughlin may not be that different from you or I. She lives in a nice home, takes her dogs for walks around her upscale Rochester Hills neighborhood. She's provided a good life for her children by putting in years of service to her employer in exchange for a nice paycheck. But according to these federal documents obtained by the defenders, Lois is accused of doing something many of us do. She took home merchandise that belongs to her employer. Be honest, have you ever done that?
Yeah, like pencils, stuff like that.
I don't see it happen, but I hear about it all the time.
A national survey found 37% of employees admit to theft of office supplies. That's more than 1 in 3. But for most people, office supplies is as far as they go. The same survey says 18% of employees will steal money or work product. Metro Detroiters we talk to say that's going too far.
Since I didn't buy it, why would I take something and then sell it for my own gain?
Maybe more common now because of the economy, but certainly not any less wrong.
Which brings us back to Lois McLaughlin. For 10 years, she worked at General Motors, the last few as senior executive support, an expert in technology. According to federal officials, she noticed computer equipment just laying around the office that no one ever used. So she took it and decided to sell it on eBay. The money deposited in her personal bank account.
If you work for General Motors or a large employer, you have a supervisor, but he's pretty much in the same boat you're in. And there's no face to attach to what you're taking, and so there's no guilt.
Dr. Gerald Shiner is a Birmingham psychiatrist. He says many employees will steal office supplies with little worry of consequences and little remorse.
Sometimes there are some people who are very good at their job, but they're sociopaths. They don't feel guilt. They feel entitled to do what they want. They think the rules don't apply to them, and they can do something like this without feeling bad about it.
But says when people steal more expensive items from work and do it frequently, something more troubling is usually behind it.
It can escalate. Sometimes people get mad at their employers, and they act out their resentment by taking things or taking money.
Lois McLaughlin apparently wasn't satisfied with stealing just the unused equipment laying around the office. She started convincing vendors to use corporate credit cards to buy new equipment that she would also sell on the internet. After a year of reselling GM property online, her scheme was uncovered, her world unraveled. Fired from her senior executive support job and now facing federal charges that could land her in prison for up to 5 years. Dr. Versaklos? We tried to ask Lois about the allegations and get her side of the story, but when she saw our Defender cameras, she beelined it for her front door, refusing to come out and answer any questions. Dr. Shiner says if you feel tempted to steal from work, seek help now before it becomes a federal offense.
Once you cross that line, there's another theory that deep down inside you feel so bad about it that you escalate and escalate until you get caught.
We contacted General Motors about the theft and their workplace policies. They say they have no comment on any legal matters involving employees. To see the entire criminal complaint and get all the details, you can go to our website at clickondetroit.com. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.